Hey everybody, welcome to the RotoWire Fantasy Baseball Podcast, sponsored by WynnBETs. If you can bet on sports in your locality, please do so at WynnBET Sports, WynnBET.com. My guest today is Simone Dice. Simone, thank you for joining me today.
Oh, it's an honor, Jeff. Man, I've been listening. I've been following you forever since the AOL days. I don't even know.
Awesome. I love hearing that.
Yeah.
Well, I saw on Twitter you and I had significant birthdays in the last month. You hit 40. I just hit 50. So, we're kind of getting into this here a little bit there. I like it. I played TGFB, not in TGFB, I'm in RazzSlam with you, and I know you play TGFBI as well. You can be your Twitter handle is OnRoan Baseball, HONRON Baseball. Where else can people find you?
That's pretty much it. Honron Baseball for right now. Twitter. Basically right now. I'm a friend of the family of the baseball industry. I'm just a personality, like a super fan, hybrid analyst, like a Kike Hernandez. I just love baseball, and I just follow baseball on Twitter. I mean, that's where I get my news and stuff. So it's real fast and efficient.
Yeah, and I've seen you do a bunch of live streams on YouTube. You watch games and talk about them, and talk some stats on. You go over to Baseball Savant and take a look at some of the scoreboards going on there. I like it. Some good stuff there as well. A lot of stuff going on. Let's jump into it here.
Yeah,
Adolis Garcia hit 2 more homers yesterday. This is a great story. Guy came out of nowhere. Another former Cardinals outfielder.
Yeah. No, St. Louis Cardinal.
Yep.
I'm keeping an eye on Garcia. I mean, he like you say, he came out of nowhere. He has 20 home runs. I looked at his fan graphs. The only thing I'm worried about is his approach, his walk to K ratio is, I think, 0.14%. His chase rate and StatCast is at 4th percentile. So to me, I mean, I love Adolis Garcia, 40 home runs they play, and then, fantasy league. But to me, he's more like a 2016 Crush Davis. So for next year, I'm putting him around, like the Kyle Schwarber type area for next year. He has a lot of power, but, just the approach kind of scares me.
Yeah, I hear you on that. 11 walks, 78 Ks, but man, this is found money though. This is great. I love seeing guys like this come out of nowhere.
Me too.
We're especially because he's actually in 2019 he had 32 homers at Memphis. You're like, okay, we can do it, but at the same time he struck out 159 times. I guess this is just what you get with him.
Yeah, and I guess that's what you get with baseball too. A lot of swings and misses and a lot of home runs. But he's exciting. He has a lot of pop, and it's something to cheer about there in Arlington.
Yeah, I know it's Wander Franco week, and I'm excited and pumped about that. But Garcia should be the rookie of the year, at least as long as he doesn't completely fade off. I mean, he's got such a big head start.
We'll see how he does the third time around facing the pitchers.
Right. Exactly. Talking about so much swing and miss in baseball. So and whether there's all the launch angle revolution. Baseball's trying change the ball this year, and then they're changing the pitchers now. What's your reaction to all this? Like, as just someone who enjoys watching the game, how do you like how they're cracking down on the pitchers now? How do you like them messing around with the ball at the beginning of the season?
The cracking of the pitcher right now, I'm not really feeling it. I don't know. It feels kind of WWE, and then just Manfred with his sticky stuff. It's like, can you explain what the sticky stuff is? Like we saw Tyler Glass now. We see Trevor Bauer with the Ross and then in the sweat and the sunscreen. So we need an answer, like what exactly the sticky stuff is. But yeah, I'm just looking for a even playing field.
Right.
So
it's the Scherzer thing the other day was pretty wild. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did see that. I did see that. His spin rate's a little bit down, but I mean, 3 times Max Scherzer just messes the flow of the game.
Right. Yeah, you spend all this time talking about how baseball's too slow. And let's go inspect every pitcher. Yeah, because that's going to help things a little bit there. Baseball Manfred and baseball, I just think they do such a lousy job of marketing the game.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's it right there. I mean, just a bad job of marketing. I mean, baseball, I feel like the last 30, 40 years is falling way behind football and basketball. So yeah, definitely a marketing change there needs to happen. I mean, it's our pastime, baseball. We got to get more kids playing and stuff, more excited about playing baseball and stuff. And I don't know if this is it.
And the thing is, we got so many like great young players to market the game around. You got Acuna, you got Tatis,
Wander Franco, the first player born in 2001. I mean, that's incredible. My daughter was born in 2002, so I'm just like mind blown,
Yeah, totally. Totally. I'm a little bit, just a couple of years behind you. I got a 16-year-old and a 14-year-old, so I'm not too far behind on that. But
yeah, I mean, I got a 19 and 17-year-old.
Yeah.
So
awesome. Yeah, and my girls do love the Dodgers.
Sweet.
Yeah, because we're
You're
both
a Cincinnati
LA
Reds fan, right?
Yes, I am. In fact, got it going on today.
Sweet.
Yeah. But
when you play baseball, you have like favorite teams all over, and I gotta tell you, Cincinnati is one of my favorite teams because growing up, 88 Dodgers, and then Oakland, and then the Nasty Boys. I was a big fan of the Nasty Boys. Growing up in Little League, I played with the Cincinnati Reds. And
nice.
Just great memories with the Reds. So I always root for the Reds. I always come out to Dodger Stadium when they come out to Dodger Stadium.
Nice. I kind of grew up hating the Dodgers because I was a Reds fan, and back in the day it was Reds, Dodgers, and the NL West. They're in the same division. So because
I remember when the Braves were in our division. I think
that's right. Braves were in the West.
Long time ago.
Remember that one year it was Atlanta versus San Francisco, like 103 and 102 wins, and only one team made the playoffs. That's what kind of prompted them to change everything. But but now I live out here, and the Dodgers have been pretty good. So my girls, they want to root for the same team as their classmates, basically. So I can't hate on the Dodgers anymore. I don't think I'll ever be converted to being a fan. I was so ticked off when I couldn't watch them on DirecTV for 6 years. I missed out on so many good years.
Same thing. I didn't watch for 8 years. Only LeBron made me get Spectrum. Get the package, Dodgers and Lakers.
There you go.
So I didn't watch the Dodgers for 6-8 years.
Wow. Yeah. So I like the players at the very least. I may still hate the owners, but that's okay.
I like the system. I mean, Chris Taylor and just bringing up all these McKinstry and just finding guys out of nowhere. I love that. Just strike and goal.
Yeah, exactly. Now they just had a tough series against the Padres. A great, 3 great games again. Every Padres Dodgers game, I'm riveted. I love watching this series, but tough series for the Dodgers.
Yeah, tough series for the Dodgers. Slam Diego, man. They're young, exciting, great city, beautiful city, and it's going to be a 3-team race to the end of the year. No one's going to really pull away. It's going to be San Francisco. I love what Farhan Saidi does over there with the Giants. San Diego, again, a 3-team race to the end. And the Dodgers, they need this because they've been cruising the last 6 years. So the MLB needs this. It's going to be a fun, exciting last couple months here in the NL West. I'm pumped.
Yeah, I am too. Manny Machado was awesome yesterday. Diving on the warning track in right field and playing third base. He's all over the place there, making plays.
Yeah, he gets a little amped up when he plays the Dodgers too.
Yes, he does. Yeah. Well, and the funny thing is, I thought he kind of caught, a little bit of an unfair shake when his brief time with the Dodgers. There was a couple plays where his hammy was hurting, didn't run out a couple of ground balls and everything. And people don't let him forget that.
Yeah, I think he still leads by example in other ways. So, I mean, people won't let that go. They won't let go Astros and, so the Dodger fans, they don't let go of too many things. But, I mean, just Dodger fans, be excited about your team and just keep supporting and hopefully, they keep winning.
I haven't been to any games. I haven't been to any games yet. Have you been this year?
No, I don't think I'm going to go this year. I'm just going to watch on screen TV. Hopefully next year. I might go this year. I think I still need one more shot to get ready to go Dodger Stadium. So yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm gonna probably go at some point this summer. It's just
okay.
But I haven't made it yet. I really haven't. I miss going to a game.
Yeah, it's tough when you taking the family. I mean, before it used to be $6. You used to, I'm
Right.
going 10 games this month, but now, parking is like 30, $40. So,
Right.
and taking a
Right.
whole family is real expensive. So,
Real quick.
Dodger
Absolutely right.
Stadium, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Astros, they keep continuing to rake it. Won 13-0 yesterday. Urquidy looked good. Everybody's hitting. Jose Altuve is a man on a mission right now. You look at his power that he's coming. It's like 2019 plus almost. I'm really impressed with what they've been able to do. And they've kind of been able to block out the noise. I think Dusty Baker's done a hell of a job with this team.
Oh, Dusty, he is he's like a player's manager, so you just feel comfortable around Dusty Baker. Man, Astros 10-0 the last 10. They beat Boston. You go through that lineup, you got Altuve, you got Correa, Bregman, and Jordan. I'm not even mentioning Brantley, Kyle Tucker, Gurriel. They got a pretty stacked lineup. Zach Greinke, he leads by example. Framber, he's back. So they got a smart front office. So Houston's a major player this year.
They are.
We all forgot about them.
Yeah, and Bregman gets hurt, and this kid Abraham Toro comes in and has a homer and 4 RBI yesterday, and
just plug him in.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. And then you look at his AAA numbers, and Toro, he mows down the competition there. I mean, you look at what he's done. It's just every time he's gotten in the majors, he hasn't done that well, but he also hasn't had that long extended shot. And I guess he's going to get a month here with Bregman out.
Okay, we'll see. I think,
he's another guy.
Astros looking good. Yeah,
they are.
What do you think about that AL West? You think Oakland can keep it close, or Houston's going to run away with it?
I think Houston will pull away. I'd like to see it close because I think Oakland's pretty good, but I think it's just their machine. And every time they meet up head to head, Houston kind of raises their game another level, it seems like. But my podcast partner, Scott Jenstad, on Sunday nights, he's a big Oakland guy. So I've kind of become I've grown an affinity for them a little bit too. It's fun. I mean, the thing is, like last night, they couldn't hold on against Texas. I don't know. We'll see what happens with that.
Yeah.
But we were talking Garcia earlier, but Oakland, they're just missing that one guy. It feels like to me.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little about the Mets. Michael Conforto returned yesterday. They're starting to get guys back. Lindor finally homered.
Yeah,
Lindor
starting to look good.
Terrible.
First place. They got their number 3 hitter back. They got the GOAT, Jacob the GOAT.
Yep.
So far, Michael Conforto, 2 home runs, 148 B. So we'll see. Health. I don't. Sometimes he's healthy, but when Michael Conforto, he's a professional hitter. His approach is going to be their number 3. He's only going to help the Mets or just even pad that lead there.
Yeah, that's right.
So Mets looking good.
They are. I know. I saw a comment from you on Twitter. Zach Roto was asking you about next year a little bit there. You're saying you probably aren't going to go after DeGrom next year. Did I read that right?
Yeah. This year, every year I sit down in January. I take the 700 from NFBC and I make my own rankings. And this year, definitely, my strategy, first round, DeGrom or Cole, if I can get them. And I got lucky. Most of my picks were number 1 or number 2 this year.
Nice.
So I got DeGrom and Cole. But I feel there's always these, pitchers that pop up out of anywhere. If you do your homework, you can grab these, Freddie Peraltas and, these other pitchers like the Gosmans and stuff like that. And I think, I think this year I'm a little low on offense. So I think I wouldn't take a DeGrom or a Cole next year in 2022. I think I'll go a little bit more offense because I think the pitchers always pop up.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, this year was different strategy. It kind of has worked. I'm mostly middle tier 10th so far in my leagues, but that's mostly due to a lot of injuries. But I think I'll switch it up next year. Go hitting. Who knows?
Well, you did that in RazzSlam. That's a different type of league. Yeah,
Yeah.
points league. You're doing a lot better than me than that league right now, and you loaded up on hitters. I tried to, but I didn't have the dedication to the plan like you did. I think you went like 12 or
10.
13 hitters. Just
Yeah,
10.
10, 12. Yeah, 10 or 12. Yeah, 10 or 12 hitters. And to be honest, this is my first points league in 15 years. I used
Okay.
to play budget CDM back in the
Yeah.
day. So this is I've only been playing in 15 teams Roto. That's what I love, Roto, 15 teams. So this is my first year. So I reached out to Vlad Seller, asked him who's the best points person, and he told me Derek Rhodes. And I hit him up, and I used his Google sheet, and it was amazing. It was visually nice, and you can tell that the hitters were a lot more valuable than the pitchers, and the pitchers kind of were like at a Pedro Stasio replacement level. So I waited on pitchers, and I grabbed actually 18 of them at the end.
Wow.
So one of these pitchers are going to hit. Jeff Weaver hits once in a while, so I only got to hit 50% of the time. If I got like 18 pitchers, so just a strategy on the fly as soon as we started drafting for RazzSlam.
Yeah, you mentioned Derek Rhodes, and you can follow him on Twitter at DRHOA3, and he does a lot of good stuff on injuries too. Good follow. I'm glad you mentioned him. So anyways, a couple other guys I want to talk about here. The Philadelphia Phillies. We talked about the whole Girardi Scherzer thing and all that, but they got some problems. Same problems as they had last year in their bullpen. Hector Neris blew one yesterday, but there were problems with a lot of people in that game yesterday. 13-12 was the final. It was like 5-0. Then 7-5 Nats, and then it was 9-7 Phillies, and ended up being 13-12 Nats. Wild, crazy game.
Yeah, Hector Neris, 3 blown saves in the last 5 games. I think he does need to pitch in a little bit less stressful situations for a little bit. His command is off, and he's not attacking hitters with his first pitch. I looked at his baseball savant, and his fastball, his heat map is like right down the middle. So, I mean, I think Jose Alvarado might get a couple saves. He's had an opportunity before, so we'll see what happens with Hector there.
Yeah, I'd love to see Alvarado a little bit because, first of all, I think he's a fun pitcher to watch. I love lefties who throw gas. I'm left-handed.
Yeah, and that sinker, 100 miles per hour, it's insane the way it moves.
It is.
It's a Giphy. Yeah, I love watching like Pitching Ninja with his Giphies. Jose Alvarado, just the way it tails.
Love watching that now, and I was always the crafty lefty as a kid, though. I would be changing my arm angles when I was a 12-year-old, just like, I'm gonna throw a circle change, but I have no fastball, so whatever. But it was funny. But I always loved seeing those hard throwing lefties.
Yeah.
All right.
Exactly.
My guest is Simone Dice. You can follow him on Honron Baseball, HONRON Baseball. We are going to talk a lot of things we've been talking a little RazzSlam. We've been talking a little bit about news of the day. But one of the things you like to do, man, is play MLB The Show and collect cards. I know that's a big deal for you. Paul Sporer, I think you know him as well. He's big into MLB The Show. You guys ever run across each other?
No, never run across each other. I stay in my lane, so I haven't reached Paul Sporer level status. So I'm kind of low key. Maybe one day we'll meet Pats or whatever. But yeah, I do love playing MLB The Show. I've been playing baseball with Nintendo, Super Bases Loaded, Robot Baseball, even Ken Griffey Jr. So MLB The Show is just the next game, and I feel that I want to promote MLB The Show because it's great for kids to get repetition and practicing with like pitch tunneling and also like pitch recognition. So I think it's another tool for these youngsters to use growing up that they can apply to the baseball field, especially with pitch recognition and pitch tunneling. So I think that's really underrated tool there for MLB The Show, and technology is only getting better.
Yeah, it's crazy. The technology when I was a kid versus now, it's amazing. I used to play like Nintendo, or you play like there was a game in Nintendo where and I'm forgetting the name of it right now. I've been talking about it forever, but you used to be able to build up your team a little bit. And there's like the American Dreams you could play against. It was their computer team. There's another one called the Ninja Black Sox. There's another one called the Lovely Ladies. You beat them and you earn points, and you can make your team stronger. And I just remember that.
Yeah, I remember playing Earl Weaver baseball too on my like Tandy computer as a kid. But MLB The Show, they have. I actually started playing it so I can play Road to the Show, where you create a player and make it to the major leagues. But I found a mode called Diamond Dynasty in MLB The Show, and it's very similar to fantasy baseball in real life, because basically what you're trying to do is you try and collect all the cards, and you're trying to put the best team out there possible. However, these cards can get really expensive. Mike Trout, if you really wanted to buy him without earning the points, it'll cost $250 real money, not micro money, micro transactions. So,
how do you collect the cards?
The game, this is the awesome thing, and this is where I spend most of my time. The game has a stock market. So basically, if you play fantasy baseball, you kind of know the players. So when the game came out, I looked at the rosters, and they had players. They had players not ranked correctly. They had Vladimir Guerrero as like a silver, Tyler Glasnow as a silver, Max Muncy as a silver. So what I do is in the stock market, you buy up a whole bunch of these cards, say for like 100 stubs. And then later on, when they increase their stats and they become diamonds, then you sell those off and you make a profit. It's really cool. I'm telling you, I spend most of my time just playing the stock market there in MLB The Show, trying to collect those cards.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's crazy.
How's the gameplay itself on MLB The Show? Is it
the gameplay is awesome. I don't play online because there's just too many things online. There's freeze offs, there's bunt cheesers, and just I don't play online. I play offline. This year we can grind the cards offline. But other than that, it plays amazingly. Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, I heard it's kind of hard to the actual play, like trying to actually hit on the show on the game.
It is
tough.
It is. Because you want to go out there hacking, swinging for the fences. It's a video game, but you really have to have knowledge of the game. You have to go out there with an approach. I usually take 2 pitches because I want to see the movement on the pitchers, and I usually try and draw a walk. So I think it's a great tool to help with approach. But yeah, if you go out there swinging at the first pitch and without an approach, then it's going to be difficult. It takes practice, but it's a lot of fun, and the game is really rewarding with packs. Everybody loves opening packs, and also stubs.
Yeah, I remember collecting baseball cards as a kid, just opening packs that way, like actual physical cards and all that. And
exactly, I think that's why I like Diamond Dynasty, because the first thing I saw was the binder of the cards, and I said to myself, I want to collect all the cards. I have to figure out the puzzle, how to collect all the cards with working the market, because these cards can get up. I mean, some of the content creators spend over thousands on launch day just for this game so that they can get the cards.
That's amazing. Yeah. Is there a pretty lively community similar to the fantasy baseball community for MLB The Show?
Yeah, pretty lively community. You get a couple back and forth, but for the most part, everybody is trying to help each other improve. Just like hey, I'm struggling at the plate over the last week. Like, what can I do? And you actually get some really good tips, and everyone's supporting each other, trying to just create content for people to watch also.
Cool. So is that like when someone was trying to get into that, how would be the best way to get into it?
The best way to get into it, I would say join the Diamond Dynasty, play that mode. You get a couple free packs. as soon as you start the game. But what I would do is any cards that you get, just go ahead and maybe like sell them so that you get better rewards, and just keep upgrading the cards as the cards come out. And they have practice mode where you can set up any situation you want. You can pick, say, hey, I want to practice against Chris Sale and a 0-2 count, and him only throwing sliders, dotting sliders. So there's many different ways that you can play. It's really cool. It's really customizable. There's different ways for anyone to play. Yeah,
very
it's
cool.
Awesome.
I'm here with Simone Dice. I'm Jeff Erickson on the RotoWire podcast, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about you. How did you get into fantasy baseball in the first place? What did you? When did you start playing?
Oh, it's a crazy story. Actually, I started playing in the 90s, 1997, and I don't know if you remember White Sox pitcher John Garland.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was a high school teammate of mine. We're walking to baseball practice, and he asked me a question. He asked me to rank the following shortstops. This was 97. So he asked me to rank A-Rod, Jeter, and a third name, Ray Ordonez. So I was kind of like, wow, you put Ray Ordonez in that group. So, and then he, started telling me about fantasy baseball, and back, I tried to find any leagues I could back then.
Right.
So I started late 90s.
So you were high school teammates with John Garland. That's awesome.
Yeah.
What position did you play?
I started off as a shortstop, but by my end of, because I was actually kind of small as a shortstop, and I was quick with my hands. But then I grew, and then I just moved all around outfield. I was kind of like the Kike Hernandez by my senior year.
Okay,
yeah.
Very cool.
So,
did you ever play? As an adult? Play any hardball or any softball?
No, as soon as my baseball career was over, that was pretty much it. I struggled with those Michael Conforto hamstring injuries the last 2 years, and it was kind of taxing. Yeah,
that's not great. Yeah, I still play in a slow pitch softball league over in Cheviot Hills, west side of LA. But we haven't played in a while.
I was invited to a softball game once, and me thinking, I played high school baseball, I'm just gonna crush softball. And I went play softball, and I think I hit 3 comebackers to the pitcher, and I don't think I ever play softball again.
Oh no,
a lot different.
It is. I play in an unlimited arc league too, so you get one of those pitchers that can just sky it, and it is. Oh different.
Wow, yeah.
But I play. I don't know if you know. Do you know Brendan Ryan? Played a little for the Cardinals and the Mariners, utility infielder. But I played with his brother, and this team's been together for like 25 years. It's awesome.
Oh, wow. That's dope.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So one of the things that you said you do is you do a lot of like writing, you do a lot of producing. Tell me more about that.
Well, yeah, I do a lot of writing. I want to get into producing and creating. I just put that out there in my Twitter handle because I'm just gonna speak it into existence. I'm going into the 3rd stage of my life. Kids going off to college. I'm gonna do the things I want to do, and I actually started with fantasy baseball, trying to stream. I'm mostly interested in like engineering behind the scenes. So I'm a one-man group. So I had to get on the mic and do some baseball streaming earlier in the year. I do a lot of writing. I do want to write baseball, but it seems like I always get off track, and I just write like one-off pilot scripts and stuff like that. I'm born and raised in LA, San Fernando Valley. I got a big family, got a lot of friends in the business. So I know that if I put the work, then I can network with a lot of people. So that's what I'm doing, just putting in the work,
Yeah, that's very cool.
And getting my equipment and all set up. It's 2021. It's different time now.
Yeah, that's the tricky part. Once you think you got one thing mastered, the new technology comes out, and you have to keep up with that too.
Yeah.
What sort of writing do you do? Do you write for you said you write scripts like for TV, or what do you usually write for?
No. So I worked at the bank for 20 years, and I got laid off in 2019. So this is all new to me.
Okay.
Yeah, this is all new to me. I'm not a writer, not a producer, creator. This is what I want to be.
Okay.
And this is what I'm striving towards to, the third part into my 40s here.
Right.
So yeah, I'm just gonna, I'm hungry, and you can see by like my baseball and in January in the spring training, I'm motivated. So yeah, I have a lot of pilots, but I
Nice.
haven't really sat down because of COVID and kind of co-write with other people and create
Gotcha.
and produce. But yeah, that's going to be happening soon in the near future.
Good.
Just small projects and stuff like that.
Nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
That's cool. So your kids are your oldest is going off to college. That's awesome.
Yeah, she's in
Scary.
college. She graduated last year, and I'm so proud of her. She in her first year of college, she took 38 credits of 38 credits of college. In her first year, she went summer, fall, spring, and then she went summer again. She just got an internship as a graphic designer yesterday, so
Awesome.
I'm really excited for her. Yeah. So
Yeah.
38 credits, and during COVID, she was doing her work too.
Yeah, and I hear a lot of stories about that. I have a friend who sent their kid went to PCC, Pasadena City College, and just usually it's a 2-year deal. And then you can get into any UC school after that as long as you keep a certain grade point average. And
Right.
she did it in 14 months, and because just a lot of these kids, like, they're smart. They're gonna they'll get a lot of the intro level stuff done quickly. If it's with COVID, might as well just take more online classes.
Yeah,
and that's what she did.
Yeah. So family man.
Yeah, that's awesome. We're going to be empty nesters soon, though. It's going to be wild.
Yeah, and that's why I'm getting ready to do what I like. I want to work on baseball stuff and a lot of different things. Baseball is just like 5% of what Simon does on a daily.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. So it'll be fun. Hey, I one thing in the news and notes mentioned that we didn't mention was Mookie Betts. He's got a stomach ailment. He had to go back to LA, get an IV, I think. He's had a weird year where you look at what he's done so far this year. You're kind of like, he's okay, but it's not what we expected, the first round pick. I still think he's ready to have a monster second half, but I'm a little worried about his health here.
Yeah, I don't know. He changed his diet, right?
Yeah,
I think Betts. So. Yeah, I think he changed his diet a little bit. What's Mookie? 29, 30 years old?
Yeah, born in 92.
29.
Yep.
Yeah. He's struggling right now, but Mookie Betts is a person I'm not gonna worry about because he does, even if he's not producing on the field, he's doing so much off the field, helping others. So I think I think the break will help him, and I think he's gonna come back fresh second half.
All right,
ready to roll, and yeah. So I'm never worried about Mookie.
Yeah, but, I grabbed him in a second chance league. I think he's gonna produce too. I'm looking forward to that. All right, well, very cool. So looking forward to the future here. All right. Yeah. So you want to write, you want to get into the next stage of your life. In 5 years, where are you going to be?
In 5 years, I'm probably going to be in the same spot. I'm pretty chill. Pretty low key. I like to, I'm pretty chill. I'm probably going to be in the same spot, just doing what I like though. Yeah. That's the difference. Before, I was in a cubicle for 20 years, same position, but now I have the opportunity to do what I really want. And, kids are all grown up, so it's time for me to ball.
Yeah. Well, and that's the good thing is you're going to have that opportunity. I mean, they're going to be off flying on their own, and you'll be able to do what you want. And I got lucky that when we started doing this, I didn't have kids. I didn't have a mortgage, didn't have any of that there. So, you kind of choose to do what you want to do. So, but it's awesome to hear you talk about that. I like seeing it. It's really cool. I learned a lot about MLB The Show, and it's something, I'm always interested in that. I haven't done it, but it's like, I think that's something I want to do at some point in time, but maybe I'll wait till my kids are off at college.
Yeah. I mean, just as, taking you back to your childhood, like you said, card collector, when you first got that first card set, you can recapture that feeling in the game without you, even if you don't have time to play the game itself, you can still enjoy it, collecting cards and working on collections and stuff like that. It's a very underrated part of the game.
Yeah, it is. I remember collecting cards like when I played Little League. They'd give you a ticket afterward. You could take that to concession stand, get yourself one treat, or you could get a pack of baseball cards. I'd always get the pack of baseball cards.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
My brother and I would started building a collection together there. It was just pretty cool. We used to ride our bikes to go buy baseball cards. They used to sell them at the grocery store, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't have the baseball card shops anymore. You got to get them through Amazon. But actually here in the Valley, they got a couple. I still do ride my bikes and just go check out. Yeah.
Nice.
I love riding my bike.
Yeah. That's awesome. I got into bike riding. There's a lot of good paths too.
Yep.
And so I'll take there's one you can take all the way down to Seal Beach. I've done that a couple of times. It's pretty cool. I live in Monrovia, which is near Pasadena, and so we just take that straight down, and it's pretty cool that all these paid and during the pandemic, that was one of the things we could do. It was safe.
Yeah,
you could go outside, you were fine. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I like riding, going through the whole San Fernando Valley, ending up at Golden Road Brewery, having a beer, watching a baseball game. And Dodger Stadium is like 5 minutes away from there. So
nice.
It's cool. Yeah.
That's very cool. Well, hey, I want to thank you so much for jumping on with me and joining me today. I really do appreciate it.
Yeah, no, wow, what an honor. Like I said, when I first started looking for help in fantasy baseball, you're the first name I found, Jeff Erickson, and you're still doing it big. And this was an honor. I'm excited to be playing in a league with you, RazzSlam, and just thank you so much for the opportunity. Yeah,
you bet. You're welcome. Glad you could do it. That's going to conclude today's pod. Thanks to WinBet for sponsoring us. Tomorrow we got 2-start starters with Clay and Todd Zola. Thanks again for listening. Have yourself a great day.